All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
Bro,
What up? What up? What up?
Going on.
What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Three Beats Later, your favorite music production, beat making podcast, live stream, all of the above.
yep.
We are very excited because we have a couple guests actually. But we have a very, very, very special guest. No offense to Fingers. We have a special guest and then one very, 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 very special guest.
That's right.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pass the mic actually to Dafinga. Dafinga joins us, so he's our first special guest. Dafinga, what's up?
Power.
Oh, you got the sound effects. Very professional over here. Man. This is honor and a privilege to introduce the very, very, very special guest, Mr. Curtis Sauce Wilson, who has worked with Something for the People. You might remember from back in the day, legendary group, Ariana Grande, Neo, some names you might recognize, Sonarelle, Candace Boyd, B. Slade, pretty much any great singer of this generation he's worked with, in addition to putting out great plugins for music creators like us to work with the most recent one being Glaze from Native Instruments. So without further ado, and I hope I didn't butcher any of that, Sauce is gonna be like, I never worked with those people. Here we are with Curtis Sauce Wilson. Thank you, man, for joining.
What up?
A very, very special guest.
You got it all. You got it all right.
Yeah, we were looking through your all music profile, your resume over here, and it is amazing. And the thing is, there's a bunch of other folks on here: Shaggy, Celine Dion,
Ooh, yeah.
TLC,
Yeah.
Eric.
I was
Benet.
gonna say, I was like, we were leading into this like, oh, he was a guy in Something for the People. My love is the shh. And as I'm looking at the thing, I'm like, man, this dude is that is so far no knocking that track. I'm like, this man just put out something looked like yesterday, dog. Like, we definitely wanted to, sit down and talk to you more and hear everything you got going on, brother.
For sure.
And let me tie the dots together. So Ben jumping on the show a couple of times now. I think this might be his third or fourth time on the show. And our show, we create new music every single week. It's really about building a community of songwriters, music producers, beat makers, and trying to figure things out together, trying to learn from each other and grow. And Dafinga comes on and he just lays down science every single time he gets on here. Like, I'm not even kidding.
It's like Dafinga's masterclass when he comes in.
And
I need to start charging for it.
You should.
And the last time or a couple times ago, he just happened to ping me on Instagram and he just was like, hey, at 3 Beats Later, you need to get C minor on here. So I was reaching out to Sauce and I was in the DMs and I was just saying, hello, Mr. Wilson. How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Wilson?
Hella formal.
Very formal. But so it just happened. It just worked out that the time worked out, and unfortunately, that might be very important. But we got you here. So we definitely want to kind of dig into really everything and kind of introduce you to our audience, because our audience is made up of music producers, songwriters, people who they are either at ground zero and just starting off, or they have a lot of experience, and they're always looking to learn from other producers. So I think what would be cool is, since we're just kind of reading on the internet to get your profile, if you could kind of give us like a quick snapshot of all the projects you've been a part of, all the groups you've been part of, even starting from like when you started getting into music to begin with.
Yeah. Well, from the beginning, the first paid thing was probably a remix we did for En Vogue, and Denny and Tommy Foster McElroy, they're the ones that kind of gave us our first little break in the industry, some production work. So we did that, and from there, came to LA, and we got the opportunity to work with a couple of acts on RCA, which our girl Allison Ball, who eventually signed us to Warner Brothers, she was working at RCA, and she shot us some work over it when she was over there, and it just kind of started snowballing. And from there, I think we did Brandy was probably the first huge one, her first album. So we started working with her early on that first album. She was like 13, 14.
Wow.
And then from there, we did Eric Benet. We actually got in with Usher and Aaliyah early on too. We never did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing ever came of it, but we actually were in with them early on. And let's see, what else? So yeah, Brandy, Eric Benet, Music Soul Child. Who else? That was a bunch. Terry Dexter. And yeah, then we did the group thing. We were doing a group thing with Denny and Tommy. They wanted to start a little band situation.
Yeah.
And so we started working on an album on MCA. Well, actually, they had the deal in place. And they were like, look, we can't do this deal because we have a situation with Atlantic, but we got a situation at Capitol. So y'all want to step in and be the group, so we can secure this deal. We were like, yeah, we get a check.
Wait. Slow down. You're killing him, C-Dub. You're killing him. Walk us back through that last little bit you said.
So Denny and Tommy, the guys that put In Vogue together,
right?
They had a situation at Atlantic already, but they had struck a deal at Capitol, which they couldn't fulfill because they were already signed to.
They were already in another situation.
Yeah. So They came to us and like, look, we got a situation over here. I want y'all to step in and be the group, and we just produce it together, or whatever. Y'all do have, we do have, and keep it pushing.
Wow.
Cheeky, cool, hit him with a power. Hit him with a power.
Man, hang on.
Power.
That was 3 powers.
That's a testimony of just being prepared, being in the right place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. That's
exactly.
Amazing.
So we just did it, and we finished the whole album, and I think we actually shot a video. Yeah, we did a video, and before anything came out, the whole black department had got axed at Capitol.
Oh wow!
So our girl at Allison, she was still at RCA, yeah, and so we all just like we all fam the whole time. So when that went down, she was like, "Well, I'll take y'all over here at the MCA. I mean at RCA." We were like, "All right, cool." So we got another budget for the RCA.
Wow!
So we started a whole new album at RCA. So halfway through that album, we're working with Roger.
Oh wow!
So Roger Troutman, yeah.
Wow.
So he came in and played guitar and did talk box on a few tracks with us. And in the middle of doing that album, Allison gets the opportunity to go be a VP of A&R at Warner Brothers. So she comes in, all right, stop the press. My girl got hired at Warner Brothers. She's gonna bring me in with her. I want to take y'all and Eric Benet with me. Us and Eric Benet were both on RTA. And we were like, okay, another deal, another budget.
That 3 lightning strikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Power.
3 deals doing that. And
each an individual check.
Yeah.
That kept you busy for a while, didn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Now is this before My Love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Before
your hit even begins to because you had a hit. Like I'm going to get to that for a minute, but Stop interrupting.
Yeah, so that was actually on the second album. So we did we did the first album, and there was a song on there called "With You," which in the video starred Lisa Ray.
Okay.
This was before she became who she was.
Right.
So she came in. When she came in the audition, she had a broken foot.
Oh, wow.
But she was so good, like she was better than everybody else that had 2 feet. So
Did she have a cast and everything?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Man. She nailed the audition with a
those
cast.
runner-ups.
Shouts out to Lisa Ray.
I know.
Yeah.
Those runner-ups had to be really mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that thing. And yeah, so we were still doing our writing and producing and stuff. And so that song was out doing the thing. In LA, we had no idea the song was doing anything.
Right. You talking about With You?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Allison hit us and was like, yo, so y'all got a show in Tennessee.
Shout out to Tennessee.
Next week or something like. So we haven't done any shows, no rehearsals or anything. Like,
where was it? Do you remember where you performed?
It was in a park. So like one of them outdoor festival type things.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just a sea of people in the field. So we like, we'll just set it up like a rap show, DJ and rapper, hype man. So we do it like that. Keep it simple. So so we get ready to go to Tennessee. We get on the plane, we get off the plane, we get in the car. As soon as we get in the car, the song is on the radio. It's like, oh wow. Never heard it on the radio before. So it was getting like hella spins down south. And the whole time while it was going on, there was a rumor going around that we were Al Green's sons. the way Jeff was singing. So
wow, that's a compliment though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to the show and get up on stage and I start the record. And as soon as the hook hits, the whole park is screaming the lyrics. Like, wow. And we're looking like, oh shit.
Oh.
And they like knew like half the album. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy. Like, you just never know till you leave your, leave your state. So you know how LA is.
It's a lot of competition. Lots of in LA, you performing. We were just talking about LA shows. Me and some of my boys. It's like, you kind of hate doing shows in LA because you'll be giving your all. You want to get hype, and they're just there and they're loving the show. But they're just like,
yeah, exactly. They're used to it. It's like everybody's out there. Yeah. So that was like our introduction to the artist thing. And let's see, from there.
Were you producing other artists or involved in other productions during that time too? When you were
yeah.
Okay.
We were doing some stuff on Gasoline Alley, a lot of man, there was another group. I think
let me see if I can help you out. I'm gonna go to Discogs here.
UNLV. No, UNB. It was a bunch of other little artists that we were working with. Nothing really jumped off though, except really like Brandy, Eric Benet.
Right.
I like the humble.
He said nothing jumped out, just Brandy and Eric.
Just Brandy.
Two of the biggest names in R&B during that period. That's it. Oh, and we ain't even talked about our joint yet. So I'm gonna I'm coming with the random questions. I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm just gonna throw this up there and you answer however you want to go. It's been a long time by the New Bird. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah. So Fuzzy, the lead singer of the group, I believe he always had the idea to sample this record. And so we messed with it for a minute. And I had a house out in Chino Hills. Okay. So this had to be after Brandy.
Damn. I'm in Hacienda Heights, by the way. So we close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so this was after Brandy.
Okay.
Because her first check was a down payment for that house. So,
wow. Was that I Want to Be Down? Was that those days or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did 4 songs on that album.
Shout out to Herb Middleton. I don't know if you
It sounds familiar.
He used to work at Atlantic. I think he worked with.
Okay, yeah. So Daryl Jones, I think, actually hooked us up with Brandy then. Yeah. So yeah, we so I got the record and started sampling it, and then eventually I just replayed everything and took it, took the sample out.
Right.
To, because we ended up having to do that on Brandy's album. Mm-hmm. We had a sample on her album also that we had to replay and resample.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we're probably pretty good at it by then. So
But did you know what you were doing?
Had no idea. But Allison seemed to know, because I did the beat on the MPC, and I called her on the house phone. We didn't have
right.
So she said, let me hear what y'all working on. So we were all at my house or whatever. Me, Rose, Fuzzy, Trina, Tamara, and I'm working on the beat. And I had the main beat going. I played it for her. She screams on the phone, "That's a fucking hit!" I'm like, really? Okay.
Like, really?
Yeah, you're like, I'm just playing around. I'm just making.
So we did some in the house, everybody there, we chilling, whatever. Fuzzy's in the other room and doing stuff. I don't know. And then we're just taking turns coming in the studio, cutting vocals, Trina, Tamara. And so we got it done, sent it to her, and she was like, this is a fucking smash. And she went to work.
Wait, what song did this become? What is it?
My Love Is the
That's the one.
The hit. The hit.
Now,
oh, wow.
Go ahead.
No, because I'll go on tangents forever. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marcus. I was gonna ask you, Sauce, at that time, were you I know you said you were using MPC. Did you use anything else? I know you play keys. My wife actually just asked me the other day, like, what's the ASR 10? And I was like, yeah, that's the keyboard, the sampling keyboard. Did you use that at all?
We had the ASR 10.
Okay. The X7 Yamaha.
We had the ASR 10, the Kurzweil 2500.
Okay.
The Triton.
Well, yeah, the Triton Trinity. That was good for about 5-6 years.
Yeah, the Roland 1080, Roland 2080.
But now, hold on. You go too fast. You're killing him, C-Dub. You're killing him, C-Dub. Y'all are used to getting all this stuff on BSTs. This man had spoiled keyboards.
Yes.
Back then. You had to have the rack, man. I just got to clarify that for them. Because
when I went to music school, all they had like the music library area, it had all Triton, like 15 Triton studios out everywhere. And they had like a music production and engineering. This is back in 2002. That they were still rocking with Tritons in 2002.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. But what else? What other gear were you?
Let's see. We were on the. We had two O2Rs and 4 DA88 machines. And what else?
I know you had those Mo Fats and Planet Fats, all of them.
Yeah, the Proteus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Proteus 2000.
That was the 90s gear, man.
Had a Moog, SE1 rack mount. That's pretty much it.
That's all. Were you guys recording to tape? Were you recording to ADAT?
ADAT.
Okay.
So we record the first album we did on ADAT, and we had I think we had 3 or 4 of those synced up. And it's funny, because Roger used to call me for tech support all the time with his ADAT.
Wow.
Before he passed.
So
that was kind of cool. Then from there we moved to the D88. So we would have the days because we used to have to take all our keyboards and drum machines and pack all that stuff up and take it to the studio and track it. So,
and then leave it there and trust that the engineers, everybody's gonna be cool with it.
I think we got to rewind back a little bit because they might have missed this point. You said Roger used to call you. I don't know how old the audience is for 3 Beats Later, but when he says they used to call, they would have to go outside if they didn't have a house phone, which now you don't know what it is, but a cable, and have to find a payphone, find whatever the price of the payphone was, and call. He had to call. You had to put effort into making that call. It wasn't just picking up an iPhone.
No,
he called from the house. Roger would call this guy. Period. That's a flex.
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace.
For tech support.
Yeah.
Right. I should have been doing tech support for a long time. Charging for it. But
man.
So wait, where were we at?
So we just took a segue about some of the stuff that you're producing while you were doing the Something for the People artist route. So you're at
the equipment
too. Yeah, the equipment. Yeah.
The ADAT. So yeah, we would track everything at the house on the D88s and then take the tapes to the studio. We would just rent machines at the studio, dump them to 24-inch machines, and then Katie would mix them from there. Kevin Davis.
Wow. So,
I just got one quick question. How does it feel to say the flex? Be like, yeah, I had a top 10 hit. Yes. Like, how does that feel, brother?
It felt good at the time. It was like
power.
It was.
Man.
Looking back now, it's like, man, we were lucky because.
How old were y'all back then? 20s.
Yeah, I was probably 26.
Okay.
26.
That's still a lot. That's still a lot for a young man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to your musical training, your preparedness, like you there, man. You were there. Like that song was everywhere. Hey, babe, we working. You know the guy that made this. Curtis. No, I don't know who that is. You know this song. As soon as I started singing, "My love is," she goes, "Shh." Everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture at this point.
Oh my God, yeah.
How does that feel, man?
That felt great. Like, man, we'd done the first album, we did all the little chitlin circuits and buckets of blood and
Right.
So when My Love Is the Shit came out, it started urban and it started organically, and it started in the Bay. They played. Yeah, ironically, somebody from, I believe, KMEL was in LA, and we were at this club. I don't even know if we were there, but we had a street team at a club in LA, and they were giving out cassette tapes of the song with nothing on it. It was just a white,
right, yeah,
just a white tape with My Love Is This on it, no information whatsoever except on the phone number to the label, I think.
Right.
And they started, whoever had it took it back to the Bay and was banging it off on the radio from this cassette.
Wow.
Like they had to play it so much to the point they was wearing the cassette out and had to call the label like, okay, we need this record. What is this?
Wow.
Then
that's amazing.
That's where it started.
Amazing.
In our hometown.
yeah. But that's a blessing. A lot of times everybody say how you have to go outside of your town. For it to click organically like that is
right. So by the time it hit, once it caught ground, then I think when it got to maybe number 3, then LA started playing it. So they would play it, and you heard it here first. I said, no, you didn't hear it here first.
False.
Trying to take Sway's shine. Hey, you had a story earlier before we went in about Sway.
So me and Sway, we went to elementary together, Manzanita Elementary in Oakland, and so during our while we were on tour, so he's already doing his thing, his Sway and Tech thing, and we doing our thing. We hadn't seen each other probably since elementary, maybe junior high, and so we're doing this celebrity basketball game. So we all go out on the court, and I see Sway. And he see me. He's like, "Oh shit!" We like, I'll call him by his name from school. Yo, Jonathan. He like Curtis. He was like Sway. I'm like Sauce.
Oh, that's hilarious. You're like, yeah, we don't use them names around these parts.
That's hilarious.
That's what's up though, because that's how you know him. Like,
Yeah.
I saw that photo on your Instagram. You and Sway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He was doing a spot on Neo. And
Okay.
we were in New York recording. So we linked up then.
So can we? I know we're further in your past right now. Can we fast forward a little bit?
Yeah.
Because then it seems like how long did something for the people run until I think the last album was 2000? Is that right?
Yeah. So we did three albums, I think. Yeah. So by the time the third one, I was kind of over the artist thing anyway. I was more into being in the studio and producing and doing that thing. So so we stopped that then and started doing more production and stuff. And so a friend of mine, Demetri Spencer, he used to manage artists, and he used to bring artists to my house to produce them or produce their vocals. And a lot of the songs he was bringing to me were songs that this guy Schaefer Smith had wrote, who's now known as Neo. And we hadn't met, but I was vocal producing a bunch of his songs on a bunch of random artists, and that's really how we actually met.
Wow.
And so we so like it was maybe some months down the line, maybe a year or two after that, I got a call from another producer friend of ours, Big Tank. He was working with Neo or Schaefer. So he hit me and said, "Yo, I got this R&B artist, I want you to help me, do his vocals and stuff or whatever." I was like, "All right, cool, let's meet up." And so we meet up at this Chinese restaurant on Ventura in Studio City. I think it's called Bao now. But so I'm in there sitting down, and then in walks Schaefer. So we look, "Oh, what's up?" We knew each other already. He said, "Oh, y'all know each other." Yeah. I've been cutting his songs for a minute now. He said, "Oh, perfect." So, we started working and whatever. And so during that time, we worked for maybe 6 months, a year maybe. And he was getting a little, frustrated with the situation he was in. And so his manager started coming to our place, me and Rashad's studio a lot, just, picking up knowledge or whatever. And we were working with Neo, whatever. So, and another friend of ours, McKelly Jameson, who wrote for Bad Boy, he wanted to link up and create a situation like a production company, but a writer's company.
Okay.
Where he wanted to just have a company that just embodied a bunch of dope writers, and he wanted to call it Inkwell. So I was sending him, songs from Tamra and Trina, Neo, and Jeff, and Mariah. We just sending songs. He's like, "Yo, y'all got some shit over there. Like, we gotta make something happen." So, and I think he was just out of his Bad Boy deal too. So he was free to do stuff. So, we met up one weekend and was like, "All right, let's just go to New York and take some meetings, see if we can get like a song deal." It's like, cool, let's do it. So Neo's manager Tango, he was like, "Shit, I want to go." I was like, "Come on,
y'all ain't gonna leave me."
So he's like, "Can we take Neo?" I said, "Yeah, shit." He said, "You go half with me on this ticket?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we got his ticket, and we go get where did we go? JetBlue. We got to go to JetBlue in San Diego, I think. And man, we went out there during the draft. So we didn't plan anything.
Right.
So we go out there, it was hard as hell to find a room. The draft was going on. It was crazy. So the first spot we went to, McKelly had relationships at Jive Records. So we go there first, play a couple records. And they're like, yo, this is crazy. Can we set up a showcase? We're like, showcase?
Showcase?
Yeah, shopping song. All right. So we do that. We go to another label. And I think they were saying the same thing, like, yo, can we set up a little showcase or something? Like, what the hell going on? All right. So I think that was maybe the third or fourth day. I called Tina Davis. And I was like, yo, I'm in New York. And, I got some friends with me. We doing this little Inkwell thing. So, come by and check you out. She said, oh, yeah, come by and check me out tomorrow. So I tell them, Tango and McKelly, said, yo, I'm going to go check out Tina over at Def Jam. I said, all right, cool. We're going to go do this. Take Neil with you. And then we'll meet up later.
No, they didn't.
Cool.
Bro, this needs to be a mini series. I'm seeing a whole plot right now. Like this is better than the Wu-Tang show on Hulu.
So,
wow.
We go to Def Jam, say what up to Tina or whatever, and we shooting the shit. She from the Bay too. She's from Vallejo.
Okay.
She's telling me a story about some teacher and my brother.
Oh, so she know y'all that close.
Yeah, she knew. Yeah, so I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. So something with the music too with my brother, and she knew the teacher or something, whatever. So we were just catching up, whatever. So, okay. So what you got going on? So we doing this thing with with a bunch of writers called Inkwell, and we got these songs. And at the time, right before that, Neil had did like maybe 5 or 6 songs with Dr. Dre.
Right.
So, and then that story's funny too,
but he was still independent.
Yeah, he's still independent.
Right. He's still a free agent.
And he was doing vocal work, or he was doing?
No, he was writing.
He was writing. Okay.
He was writing. So Dre and I think Scott Storch was there. So he did a bunch of stuff with Dre, and then I think when Scott went to Miami, he had Neil come out and work, and he went out there and wrote "Let Me Love You" with Scott Storch. So, but when he went in with Dre, they gave him a beat. He said, okay, see if you can write something to this. So he goes in the back, 15 minutes, come out. Here you go. Like fire. They was like, they couldn't believe it. Like, oh, hell no. There's no way you wrote this that fast. Try this one. Gave him another beat. 15 minutes. Fire. They like, hell no. No way. They gave him this other beat. So, okay, if you write something to this one, then we know you're true, because, a lot of people tried, but, they couldn't nail it. So they gave him this other beat. He wrote something. They were just kind of lukewarm on it. That's okay. Better luck next time. Let's try another one. He said, no, give me the same one. Give me the same track. So he took that track and wrote 3 more songs to that same track and like, pick one.
Damn.
And, the one they picked was like fire. So anyway, I think they were thinking about doing an artist thing with him, but, it never really panned out. So Dre was cool with letting him, walk with the songs and,
right.
Which was rare back then. Like, it was like,
yeah.
So
I keep forgetting about the Dre days. I knew that happened, but
yeah,
slips your mind.
So while we're in there with Tina, I'm telling her, so we got these songs, woo, woo, and got a couple that he did with Dre too. So she said, let me hear what you got. No, first she says, I'm telling her about the writer thing, and she's like, that's cool, but y'all got any artists? I'm like, nah, but this nigga's singing a song, so.
As well. No.
Yeah.
What is that?
So,
what y'all
let me
do?
hear. So she plays it, she gets to blushing, and like, oh shit, let me hear another one. Play another one. She's like, get up, sing it. So I was confident in what already. I've been with him for
right.
a couple of years now, so I knew he knew how to perform.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. So he gets up, start giving it to her, and she's blushing and smiling like, oh shit, okay. So she's like, hold on a second, I need to call LA. So she calls down to LA Reid.
Oh my God.
Say, yo, what
Power. I was reaching over. You saw me.
Power. You reached, but I had a hit for you. Keep going.
So she's like, what you got going on? And he said, I'm about to jump on a flight or whatever. He said, I got something I think you need to see. He said, hold on, let me call you back and make sure I'm not going. So she said, all right, so let me just hear a few more, and then we'll pick 3 or 4 to play for him if he's available. So he calls back and said, all right, I'm cool, come on down. All right, cool. So we go down there in his office, and then it's like L-shaped bench around the whole office. All the employees are sitting down in his office. And
quiet as a mouse, huh? It's quiet as church in there, huh?
Yeah. So what you got going on? I said, we got, I told him same thing I told Tina, doing this thing, whatever, but we got these songs, Neo wrote. We got a couple with, from Dr. Dre that he did. And then LA's like, wait, whoa, time out. That just didn't sound right to him. He said,
right.
How y'all get out the studio
Leave
with songs? Like,
right.
I can't wave a check in his face and get a song. Like, how y'all do that? I'm like, I don't know. His manager asked for him. He let him have him. He said, okay, that sounds a little weird, but let's hear it. So we played the first song. And I believe it was it Car Keys? Or I think it was a song that he actually did on Miguel, like Miguel's very first single that Neil had did. But anyway, so he listened to it. He had, had a performer. He performed, all the employees, just a room full of secretaries and girls. And
over with.
He's like, damn.
He's
like, let me hear this shit again. You ain't got to sing it. Hear it again. So he plays it again. He said, damn, that shit dope. Let me hear another one. Plays another one, gets up, performs or whatever. He can play like 3 songs. And so Tina's like, all right, give us, a couple of minutes. So we go outside. She comes out like 5-10 minutes later. All right, who's y'all attorney? He wants to do a deal right now. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then
crazy.
That's how it happened. That was the beginning of it.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Wow. Was the attorney available?
So did you have one? How did that work out? Did you just...
I forgot who we had at the time, but it was somebody. I think it was somebody I knew who was out there already.
They found one rapidly.
Yeah. So I mean, we knew a couple.
Yeah.
That we rock with, but yeah. So that was a successful trip.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was worth the investment for that JetBlue ticket.
Wow, yeah, that was well spent. JetBlue.
By the way, this show is not sponsored by JetBlue, but JetBlue hit up 3 beats later. We could be doing this live from the plane.
I'm trying to get all these guys to come to LA for NAM right now. So
I'm always on the business mind.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we want to go there for NAM. We keep saying we want to get there for NAM. Anaheim. It's gonna happen, man. Q. You better get a blow up mattress or something. Cause
man, we good. We're gonna get an Airbnb. Don't even trip.
Oh man, that traffic out there.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So we wanna dig into some of because we want to be respectful of your time. And I'm not sure what the score is either. But
I was gonna say, anybody got
the it's recording. I wasn't expecting them to be winning anyway if they are.
Okay, I won't give any spoilers then. Don't give any spoilers about the game.
How you feel about the Raiders?
I don't.
Okay.
He's like next question,
caller.
No, if nobody else is around, I root for the Raiders just because they from Oakland, but originally,
I mean, just with the whole thing going on now, I know as an LA cat, you ask anybody about the Raiders, and you ain't no telling what you're gonna hear back, you know.
Oh, okay. No, I still consider them Oakland Raiders, so I'm like,
exactly, like, you know, they be bouncing, so yeah.
Now shit, they right here down the street. Vegas. Can't shake them.
I can't get rid of these fools.
So it then, you know, I mean, that's kind of what we were rattling off in the beginning of the show is on your all music profile is just artist, but your function in each one of those line items on the profile is composer, vocal producer. Let's see, I'll go and I'll name them. It seems like you could do everything. Sauce. What can't you do? I see. And wait. 2007. It says banjo. So that just goes ahead.
That's I don't know what that is.
Okay.
All
right. It's some random stuff in there. I have no idea what that
is. All right. Producer, engineer, composer. What is your you know, main lane there? Because it seems like you could do everything.
I mean, it's producers, like that's you know, back then that's just what you did. Like there was no such thing as a vocal producer. It's just you produce. So as years went on and computers and all that stuff, then you start getting more beat makers and stuff like that. But they really didn't know about arrangements and vocal production and harmonies and all that type stuff. And so I ended up being able to sustain myself in the industry doing vocal production and engineering those projects also, because it's just easier for me to engineer and vocal produce it instead of having to, it's like having a middleman. You got to relay the message to the engineer and then to this artist. It just takes too much time. I can I know what I need. I know what I want to punch in. I can just do it.
Nice. And how, are we, we were talking about this a little bit before we went live, but, and you talked a little bit about your gear to begin with, back in the day. What about nowadays? I mean, it seems like everything is available. Are we all spoiled right now? I mean, I really started getting back into production in the last 3 years, I would say. And I stayed away from it for quite some time. And as I started kind of like, opening up my DAW and downloading, different sounds, my head exploded because of just how easy, I started getting back into production using an iPad. And I tell this story on the show a lot. And it's just like, it kind of blew me away how much I was able to do just by using an iPad alone. And then once now I'm on a Mac with Logic. And it just seems so crazy because back when I started in 2001, just as a beat maker, I was using Reason, and I didn't even have like a keyboard or a MIDI controller or anything like that. It was just Reason. I was like typing, clicking things in,
right? And
just the progress in terms of like technology. And you're talking about recording the ADAT. It seems like you've seen like the whole progression. Has your workflow gotten a lot shorter in terms of like from start to finish, or was there anything you could say about that? Just the technology side of it?
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse because sometimes too many choices can kind of slow you down. So back then all we had was a couple modules in the Trinity or Triton, and you had to make do with what you had. So like even starting off, like I'm not like a trained musician. I just play by ear, kind of self-taught. My dad sung and played in bands and stuff. So a lot of times what I would do, when I was in high school, I think I had this keyboard called a Roland D110. And I used to just try to remake everything that was on the radio with just one keyboard. So that's how I kind of, learned how to, do production and do tracks, just remaking stuff, off the radio. And now everything's so available, all the patches you need, you can find them. You don't have to sit there and try to create them. Sometimes you do, but it's a lot easier to, get an Oberheim Prince pad.
Wow.
You ain't gonna find that keyboard.
Yeah.
You can, but it's gonna cost you. But now you
the
go
sounds
to
are
Arturia
out
Center.
there. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm over here eating off camera. Pardon me. You know, dinner time. I'm gonna tell you. Soon I had to come in because you said that Prince thing. I got Prince drums. You know, darn well I don't know how to program his filters on the 909s or all them stuff, but I got every last frequency that he ever made.
You got the
it was called Purple Cups or something like that.
Oh no. Let me.
Oh,
Sauce got the real sauce.
Oh, wait.
The one you need is what's my man's name?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm about to get my credit card too, so.
The hell?
And you know what? I didn't want to do this, but C-Dub, you'll see I'm the gray beard guy in the crew. You know, I'm the old man. I feel like I can get away with stuff that they can't. I'm gonna need a code for that plug-in Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm just keep it a buck.
No, it's this dude Ali James. ALY James. It's some, I don't know. I think the dude just makes it himself in his garage. It's probably $15. It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
But let me see. It's the best Lindrum emulation you will ever hear. Like, it's funny you say that because this last week I've been remaking a bunch of Prince stuff. So I did Computer Blue? No.
Oh wow.
Beautiful Ones.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I did Controversy. And now I'm working on DMSR, Dance Music Sex Romance. I'm gonna do that one next.
Is that
one's
for
gonna have
a project? Is that for a project, or is that like you, like that's how you get your reps in, like in the gym? That's you working out.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I'm trying to just keep my
you ain't
sound.
said nothing. You ain't said nothing.
Oh, you see Prince? I see Prince. Okay.
Oh,
You ain't said nothing. Come on now. We go through this all the time.
Wait, what suit do you got on? What is that?
I got
special edition.
Around the World in a Day. The blue. Is it Around the World in a Day?
Yeah. That's the
one
with America.
America and Raspberry Beret.
And Raspberry Beret, yeah.
Oh man. Q. You won the Funko battle today.
Don't get me started. I always win the Funko battle. Here we go with the diversions. I always win the Funko.
Yeah, you got me beat.
But
yo, P, I know you there, P. I don't know if you had any questions you wanted to toss out there.
Yeah, I had a quick question. I was late on the stream, so I was just being respectful to the conversation flow. But P.SO, thank you for being on the show. I had a quick question. Being that you work with so many artists, and you have such a storied career, was there ever any like I guess it's a double-sided question. Were there any producers or other artists that you ever felt like competitive with, or like you would hear something like a producer would do and be very inspired by it? Like right now you're just talking about redoing Prince tracks. And I remember when Timbaland was like my favorite producer, and I used to try to redo his beats and stuff like that. So was there any other producers or artists that you really felt inspired by or in competition with?
Never in competition, but I was originally really inspired by Jammin' Lewis, then Teddy Riley, LA and Babyface, then Timbaland, Neptunes.
Yeah.
So that
keep going. Virginia producers, Dafingers, yeah.
Fingers. So that was like my little roadmap to production. But I think Teddy Riley really did it for me. Like when I heard his stuff, I was like, all right, this is it. So I used to try to remake a lot of his stuff.
Nice.
And then even the snare on My Love Is the Shit is like, it's like 3 snares I put together. One was a snare from Aaliyah, something Timbaland did. And then there was this other snare that I used to use all the time that I wish I could find. I don't have no idea what it was, but it's like 3 different snares that made up that one snare on My Love Is the Shit.
It's funny you say that because when I was listening to, revisiting a lot of the music, I was just noticing the poppiness of a lot of those snares and the drum work in general was
I can hear a lot of Timbo influence in some of the stuff too. And by I was also re-listening, so you might get like a lot of streaming royalties because this whole week I was rocking,
falling asleep letting it play.
Yeah, exactly.
I just heard.
Sam,
I just heard My Love in my head. I just heard My Love Is the Ish and Pony.
Okay.
You were first.
Huh?
You were first. Y'all were first. Y'all before Genuine.
Were we?
I feel like that. I don't know.
I know
Fingers might have to check me on that one.
I know we did a lot of the same dates.
Very close. Very close.
Yeah, it was very, very close.
What about sampling though? Were you sampling those snares, or was that coming from like were people passing around like here are the sounds that?
No,
like, was that
right
on
off
card?
the wax.
Wow. Okay.
Turntable wax right to the MP.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had to put in an effort to get a sample back then. Like now you can, like you said, you can go online and look up the latest, Timbaland sample for this Aaliyah song, and there's 100 acts out there.
Back then, if you had your own pack, it was your own pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or stuff people gave to you, stuff you got from your homies.
Yep.
And that wax, that wax saved us one night in Philly. We had a show. It was a big ass radio show with everybody was on the show. Busta Rhymes, Aaliyah, Missy. Like, it was huge at the 76er Stadium, and we're so we do our opening songs or whatever, and so we in our set we started using the DAT machine, and we had the turntables there. Hardly ever use them because dancers and stuff get to jumping, needles get to jumping. So for some reason, the week before this show, I go to Allison's office and she had some wax of My Love Is the Shit. I said, let me get a couple of these. And I just took them with me, just to have them. And I took them on the road too, just in case. I don't know. So we finished the song right before My Love Is the Shit. And usually it comes right on. It didn't come on. And I'm looking at the DAT machine. I'm like, it's not working. Like, oh shit. So I'm trying to get it working, and they looking back at me like, what's going on? I was like, keep the crowd going. So Jeff, he's just like, all right, who mama wear panties, who mama don't? Like, he just whatever he wants.
All the other people in the house be quiet.
Yeah. He's just going. He's okay, this time we're gonna do it in Japanese, backwards.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm like, okay, this shit ain't, I said, the DAT machine ain't working. The turntables was still hot though. So I happened to have the wax. I said, oh shit, let me grab the wax. And the wax had the TV versions on them. And I'm like, okay, I got it. And the whole stadium just went crazy.
So it probably went harder coming off.
Yeah, it was, It was like, oh shit. So I'm telling them like, yo, before I had to tell the dancers, don't come over here. We're really playing the record, so it's just don't skip.
That is fun.
That's crazy.
I do want to. I need to switch subjects right now. So I'm gonna try my hardest to keep. Whenever we have guests, we always try to keep it to like an hour and a half, and it ends up. Going like,
it's cool. So, I'm cool.
He's on the East Coast. Oh, he's on the West Coast. So it's still earlier on his side.
Yeah. By the time show, sometimes it's like midnight, and I'm just like, all right, I need to crash right now. But I do want to talk about something amazing. And this is the benefit of following Dafingas on Instagram. I'll tell you that right now, because not only did Dafinga say, "Hey, you need to get C minor on here," but he was also, I think, throwing this on a bunch of tracks or whatever. Dafingas did some breakdowns on, and I think like on a couple of the breakdowns, he was like, "Oh, and then I'm gonna throw this on, and I'm gonna throw this on," and I've seen it a couple of times. And my reaction was, that looks expensive. And then
yeah.
and then I started, because I don't really mess with native instruments completely, because a while ago I put it on my computer and it just started ruining everything. So then I had to install it and then get it back on. So I think I'm good right now, fingers crossed. But then I watched the video about how you guys put this together, and then I started listening to what it does, and then I got it. And I'm gonna play this demo really quick, just so everybody can kind of hear what this thing can do. So. Pull out the stink face, because that is good.
Yeah, that beat is crazy.
The beat is crazy, but just what's going on is crazy. Yeah. And so I watched the video. The video is amazing too. Just what it took to put this together. Can you just tell us a little bit? I mean, you have that whole video. It kind of goes through everything, but can you tell us a little bit about where the inspiration came, when you were kind of like, hang on, I should be putting together kind of like a plugin or VST or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it started with me and Sana Rayleigh. We like love doing like backgrounds and harmonies, and that's like her favorite thing to do. And the inspiration to actually go ahead and do it was, first it was just an experiment, but I saw a YouTube video with the 10cc's, who was a group from the 70s, and they got the song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what is their song? Because this
I'm not in love.
Something like that. Okay, now.
That we'll bring that later. That Q Rock got a track sampling "I'm Not in Love" on that Urban Avant-Garde and Q's Mental EP on Bandcamp. I'll be back later.
He's on his side dishes right now. That's what
So there was a little behind the scenes of them and the making of that song, where all the guys sung every note of the scale. 4 guys, and they had to run a lot of tape through the whole studio to get all these notes. So they just sung the notes together, unison, and
all the area.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
That's always been one of my favorite songs. That makes it really one of my favorite songs now, just hearing that.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So, and the way they did it, I think it took them like, I want to say 3 weeks to do it. So they sung every note on 24 tracks, each note, and then they had to go back and do it again. I forget the numbers, but it's like a crazy amount of vocals on these notes. And each of the guys took, I think, 2 or 3 faders each, and they made the progression by turning the faders off and on with those harmonies. Okay. So all the notes in the scale was just going through the whole song, and they
were using the board almost like people
like a sample.
Yeah. Like a sample.
Yes.
Like a sample.
Wow.
Exactly. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, wow, they were dedicated. Now they doing. I could probably do that in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
damn.
So me and Sana get together, and I just have her sing. We didn't stack them anything. Just the first one. We just sung, as many notes as she could, across the keyboard. So, I did it chromatically, and then I was, trying to teach myself how to code for contact. Mm-hmm. So I figured out how to, put her picture on there and do a couple knobs or whatever, and just, use it as pads. And our boy Justin, who works over at Native Instruments, we knew each other through mutual friends. He's also from the Bay, he's from Sacramento. And, Ro ran into him at a I think one of their kids' birthday parties or something. And he told him about it. He said, "Oh, that's dope. I think we can use that over native. Let's meet up and see what we can do." And so in between that time, I was thinking about the idea with the runs also. Maybe I can put the runs, diatonically in scale with, whatever chords people are playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that, that'd be another cool little feature that I don't think nobody's done yet.
Yeah.
And scroll down a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
And so, once we did that, and I did a quick little video screen capture of playing the chords with the runs, and then they were all in after they saw that.
That was so. I got it, and I just started digging into it with the track that you're going to hear today too. And that was one of my questions too about the diatonic chords and how the runs were structured. Like if you're playing, I don't want to get too much into music or music theory in any way, but if you're playing like minor chords, were they doing like natural minor runs, or were they like going up the scale? Like if you hit like I don't even know. Let's say you're in the key of C major and you hit a E minor, like were they doing like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to ask the question I want to ask.
Well, let me just, what I would do, well, being that my favorite key is to play in C minor.
Yeah. Okay.
I played a sequence of every chord in C minor.
Okay.
So I would play a C minor, then a D, then an E flat, then a diminished E, F, G, C sharp.
Yeah.
C6, B flat, B, C. And then, so I put those in a sequence, and then I had them sing a run to each chord.
Okay.
So when the C minor hit, all right, sing a run. The next chord hit, sing a run. So I did it like that.
Wow.
So that way, whenever you're playing, they just go.
It's gonna be in there, even with the diminished stuff too. They're running.
Yeah. So I did a couple of passing chords within the scale too. So people that want to hit those passing chords or whatever, you got a run to go with that too.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When this plugin came out, we were actually on vacation in Vegas, and I usually never vacation with my laptop. I usually only have the iPad, but for some reason, this time in Vegas, we were taking our daughter to the Usher concert. I had the laptop, and it was like the day or two after we landed, this plugin came out, and I just went in every night. I was up till 2 or 3 in the morning after we did stuff throughout the day, making beats with it and screen recording it and then just posting it. And I was tagging Sauce. I'm glad you didn't block me. Tagging Sauce, tagging everyone who had a hand in it, Native Instruments, Kip, Black Shark, Candace Boyd, B Slade, Sonarella, everyone. Like that intro video you all did, like when I saw Sonna, I was like, oh, I gotta get this because I need more of her vocal because she's one of my favorite vocalists. So every night I was making a beat and I was just posting it online and just tagging all these people, and that's how I connected with Sauce. Even more, I didn't even know we had a connection before that, but that's how I really connected with Sauce. It's just this plugin, which is incredible. I still use it. I still post videos on it. I use it in a lot of my beats. I'm actually gonna start using it now because I'm getting into trailer music, so there's a lot of vocal stuff in some of the trailer music I'm working on.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a great plugin. I mean, you can chop the riffs and as it sample the riffs and loops and things, but you can also use pads. I know this isn't supposed to be an ad for Glaze, but it's a great. It's only $49, and we're getting the holiday season. I don't know when this episode airs, but you might see some decent deals out there. So yeah.
Listen, there's so many pitches to this.
We're currently in the workings of doing a follow up too.
Ooh, you heard it here first.
Talk about that because at the bottom there, I want to see Glaze 2 or whatever you call it, audio demos, Dafinga. So let me know how I can sign up to make a demo.
Don't forget about that 3BL, that 3BL patch.
Dafinga's is the demo king, by the way.
Let me know where I can make a demo.
I've been downloading stuff recently, and it's like presets by Dafinga's. I'm like, what? Is this dude? He's haunting me. But I got a question about Glaze. Have you yet to hear a track and you're kind of like, wait, is that Glaze? Can you point that out yet, or has that not happened yet? Because I mean, This thing is crazy, and it's like only a matter of time.
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think I've heard it anywhere. But in talking with them, they did.
You will give me about 6 months. You will.
I know. They did say that this was like the most registered plugin that they had.
Wow.
That's
this
awesome.
year.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wait, hang on.
You need an air horn.
Seriously. Power. I mean, we got the power.
Cheeky cut the check.
We need all
that's crazy.
Is that the Stream Deck?
Yeah.
It's just I don't have an iPad over here hitting.
Oh, okay.
Things. Okay, so let's jump into music. We definitely spent talking. Let's jump into music. So usually we halfway through the show we kind of dive into playing music. Sometimes when producers come on, they'll bring us stems, or they'll give us a challenge. They'll say, hey guys, do something like this, to kind of challenge us to create something original. Or also sometimes they're thinking about different things. They want to kind of get different perspectives. Usually there's 5 hosts on the show, and we all have like our different take on things. So today I think we'll at least have 3 pieces of music to listen to, unless Dafinga's okay. So we know I got something, Q has something, and our boy Grim has something, but I think he was having serious computer problems. So I'm not sure if Grim is going to jump back on or not. So we got 2 tracks, and then I know Dafinga's, you got some Glaze stuff up your pocket.
I sent you something.
You emailed me? Okay, great. Okay, great. So what we'll do is the fun part of our show is that we kind of got to keep it fair, and this is a theme of ours. So we have to spin a wheel to see who is actually going to share their music first. So Grim
Democracy, homie.
Democracy. Grim is not here, so we're gonna update the board. And do we have an unofficial sponsor today? Let's see.
Here you go.
Comcast Business. Comcast Business. So here's a great deal for you.
Cash a check.
Get it
Get
now.
it now.
All right. Here we go. We're gonna do one dummy spin. This first spin doesn't mean anything, and then that next person has to share their beat. So that was a dummy spin, and the next beat. Here we go. This is official. Everybody, it's official. Oh boy.
Back at you.
Back at me. All right. So we gave everybody in the crew kind of a challenge. It was either A, sample something for the people and make something out of it, or B, use Glaze in a unique and make something out of it, basically. So here we go. I need to really clear my screen right again. And it looks like Grim jumped in. So Grim actually might have a track if his computer is working all right. Okay, so I need to share my other screen, which is my DAW.
I'm out the shadows, Big Grim.
Yo.
Grim is here. Grim, how you doing, man?
What's up? Fellas, my bad.
All good, man.
Some little technical difficulties in shortness of wires. USB wires is acting up here.
All good. All right, I'm gonna show my track. Wait, audio settings. And then Grim, do you have something to share today?
Yes, I have a little something to share. I have a beat to play.
Perfect. Okay, great. So I'm going to play my track. Everybody mute up if you can. That'll help the audio while I play this. And then give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio, because we didn't do like a really great long sound check. So here we go. Mute it up.
heart's melting. You're my vice. I keep on burning, coming back to you. I don't know how you keep me feeling like this, waiting around for one more hit. You're my medicine. You're my medicine. Sing to me one last time. Sing to me like you're still mine. Sing to me, sing to me. Oh, sing to me one last time. Sing to me like you're still mine. Sing to me, sing to me.
All right, I'm gonna solo the Glaze stuff that's going on right now, which is just these pads. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Because there's no more vocals, but and I mixed it with some other stuff here. And it starts over. So really, really quick, and then we'll go through like questions and stuff like that. So this is a track that I came up with about a week ago. Or I'm sorry, it was more than that. It was about 2 weeks ago. I had like a really good chord progression. And I'm like, yo, this is sick. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I just laid down the guitars and I was like, all right, we got some guitars, we got some really cool chords. And then I started just building on it. And it was really like two progressions, like an 8-bar loop and then like another 8-bar loop. So the progression goes from like a major key and then it goes to a minor key. And then I had like an idea of, and then I played bass on it. So I had like the guitar and the bass. And then I had an idea of what the song should be about. And now special guest came on this track, which is Haley Fahey. She's the vocalist. Haley is super, super dope artist. She just connection through like bandmates and stuff like that. And actually where I live right now in Maryland, she's from this area. And I reached out to her because she's going to be a guest on the show. She's actually going to be next week's guest. Haley's coming on. So I reached out to her and I'm like, yo, I got this track and it should be about this. And I came up with like a melody where I'm playing guitar. So the funny thing is, if you listen to the guitar melody, it is nothing like what she's saying. So that's kind of how I write melodies. But I hit it to her and I'm like, this is it. And she just came back with some really, really, really beautiful stuff. So we're kind of collaborating on this track, but I had to throw in Glaze. And after listening to P.SO and hearing even just the demo beat in Glaze and just like the vocal part kind of going back and forth, that inspired me. And I'm like, all right, I want to try to do something cool like that. And I kind of couldn't really, but I was using the runs to speak, like do this same runs over the chord changes that I wrote. So I came up with this. I'm going to play the and the runs because this has a lot of effects on it too. So you might not be able to hear it completely. Okay. So here's just the chords and the runs. And I didn't have time to expand upon that, but that was the first, I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is like my first, actually the first time I got it open. And I want to continue on. So that's only the first part of the phrase. Then I had time this week. And this week I did something different. I actually just used it kind of more like pads. So I wrote kind of like voice leading lines with that would go really great against these chords. And first I wrote it using Logic's violins. and then I added Glaze, and I just basically used the same MIDI for those violin pads and just copied and push it up and then put Glaze on. So what Glaze is doing, I'll just solo that first, is this right here. Here it is. Wait, sorry. There's the pads. Okay, there we go. And this is just voice leading under those chords. So if I play those chords for you. But then I mixed those pads with the violin and a mouse. So that's how you hear this right here. Oops. Crap. There it is. Take the guitars out. The Mellotron is so powerful, though. It's like, you got to turn that down. It sounds nice, but it's like, it's up there. Okay, and that's it. That's the track. That is the track. That's my Glaze, my first venture into Glaze.
Them chords is crazy.
Vibe.
Thank you. Yeah, I got a crazy progression here. I'm like,
That's fire, bro.
I'm a guitar player, so I don't know. In my band, it's like everything is just kind of like diatonic, like 3 chords, and then I started writing something. I was like, wait, this feels different. This is different. There's a lot of non-diatonic stuff going on in there.
That's nice. I'm about to send some of my progressions to you to put guitar on.
Yo, hey, that's what I do. I hook you up with some guitar work. So that's it. Anyone got questions? Anything?
At that beginning, as soon as everything I'm listening to right now is shaped by this trailer music stuff. So as soon as it started playing, I was like, man, you can really build this out. Like, and then the vocal came in, and I was like, man, just some strings and horns and like some percussion and stuff. It would probably take it in a whole nother direction because I like the soft vibe you got now, but we can actually trailerize it too, which is actually a word. But and make that thing like crazy. Haley's vocals on there are insane.
Also, like that'd be dope. Like sync.
I was thinking that too. Yeah,
so that's where all of our heads are at right now.
Yeah, like especially like the DC stuff where they take like a popular record and they sing it really slow in a whole nother vibe.
Yeah.
Like if you took like, I don't know, These Shoes Are Made for Walking, whatever, any just kind of random song, but sung it to that progression, like it gets that DC Marvel vibe.
Yeah. Reharmonize it. Yeah, you know what's funny is I almost did the super collaboration. So I collaborated with Haley for this, but I almost, if we had enough time, if there was another week, I would have kicked it to Dafinga's to give it give the string treatment because
it would have been it would have been orchestral.
It's like if you can't afford all the string VSTs, find a friend that has all of it.
Got them already.
There you go.
So that's the track. That's my track for the week. All right, I'm gonna kick it over to the next person. So I'm gonna stop sharing here. Okay, we're spinning the wheel though. Grim, you got a track?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm throwing you up on the board. You're getting back. So I'm just gonna switch you out. Here we go. Apply the changes. We're not doing any dummy spins. It's official.
No dummy spins.
After the big bucks, no whammies.
Oh, Q, you're up, sir.
Wow.
There you go. Track 2.
All right. Let me close out. Make sure I'm closed out. I don't want any.
But by the way, while we're waiting, sync. We're gonna have a whole episode about sync. We are all producers that are hungry to get. I mean, I know Dafinga is doing stuff on the side too. Everyone else is like, that's all we talk about on the side is like, how can we get all of these beats on all of these commercials?
Pretty much.
I gotta say, Marcus, shout out to you, bro, because I'm not gonna say I stalk your page because I don't stalk nobody's page, but you know how it works. The more you click like, the more it pulls people's stuff up. So, and if I see something come across, I don't. It's getting to the point I don't even have to guess who's posted it. I just see boom, 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 music. I'm like, oh, The fingers, what you got going on? What's happening? I followed you and I answered that was it music composer
contest.
Yeah, I forget how they word it, but that's a good one too. So shout out to that. A lot of networking in that whole pod, man.
Yeah, I've been offline for a minute, so I have to jump back on and check the fingers out. That's definitely one of my first stops, man. Is checking his page out.
Start your Mondays hitting the fingers page, and that's for everybody watching. All right, I'm just gonna play this. You let me know what you think.
Mute up.
Yeah, I'm on.
This is 3 Beats Later on a Monday night, featuring Cheeky, Education Beats, P.SO Earthdawn, Grimace Heatsmith, and Q-Rock 639. Tonight's guest is Curtis Sauce Wilson, member of Something for the People and overall musical creative genius. Let's start the show. This is 3 Beats Later.
I'm all you'll ever need. Oh yeah. Good love is so hard to find, and I won't waste your time. Satisfaction is guaranteed. I'll be the lover that you need to break you off in the middle of the night. I'll take a little trip downtown. I'll be the freak you need in your life. And I know you'll never find another as good as this. As this. So you better represent. So my love is a find another love as good as this. So you better I'm gonna represent, baby. My love is a so you better I'm gonna represent, baby. My love is a
This is 3 Beats Later.
my love is a
I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's pretty much it.
You hit us with mix, mega
Wow.
remix.
Wow.
He was. That's why the whole week he was like skipping in the chat. He's like, I'm feeling good this week. He hit us off with a mega mix
crazy.
remix.
Yo, you different.
You do Q. How did this break down?
You know, so I'll just tell you, C-Dub, you know, I'm the guy that was trying to make hip hop all the time, and they wasn't feeling me, man. Like, I went to Atlantic and all these places in New York. I went everywhere, dog. I went everywhere. They was like, nah, it's tight, but nah. But for some reason, Strictly Rhythm was feeling your boy. You know, these house labels was feeling me. So that's where I started making music. That was my first checks from house labels. So the house is in me, you know. But even then, I was an outsider. I felt like the biggest con man in the world. Like, I don't really even know house like that, but they're like, the way you mix house and hip hop and just your style, like, it works. Like, just keep doing that. So, you know, this is a throwback, but something about those vocals, like, I wasn't even going to do that at first. I'm like, I hope we don't get blocked for this episode. I'm sorry if I get us in trouble for this right now, fellas, but I just had to. Like,
I doubt it. I can't even find the original version on Spotify or iTunes. Like, I want to know how you got.
I'm about to say you might got to send them yours.
Where'd you get those acapellas from? Where'd you get the acapellas?
Bro,
is that the?
I sent it though. I shared it. I did share it. We had a Zoom meeting.
He did.
Ah, shit.
Graham got it.
Make sure you DM it to Sauce. He might need them.
Okay,
yeah, buddy.
Man. I tell you what, I trade you that acapella for the Lynn.
The Lynn drums.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, that's a
fair
bet.
trade.
That's a bet.
Prince drums. I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking, because like I keep saying my mind is in the sync space, and there's different areas of sync. When you started playing it, I kept seeing, we got the Winter Olympics coming up. I kept seeing either like a gymnastics routine, you know how they always have like music like that, or a ice skating routine. So like if you can pair that up with some artist visual art, like some type of sports thing or a sports package in sync, it would be great for that.
That's interesting.
It might be kind of hard licensing the song. You got to talk to Sauce about getting the licensing rights. But
yeah, buddy.
The way you flip that thing, man, that's crazy.
That was fire. Fire Q. I was at
fire.
the crib dancing, man.
I'm telling you,
for the club.
I need a drink. Yeah. I need a drink in my hand.
I don't know where it came from, but it started stacking, and I got to a point like, all right, but you know, it still feels like it's New York, Manhattan, that vibe. I wanted to take it to Vegas EDC, and then I found that little piece with the. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the tension that we need to send it all the way over. Then when I pull back, it's just like a breath of fresh air. And then when I pull back, it's just all y'all vocals.
Yeah.
You know, and then those chords too, when you broke it down. That
I don't know. Those are some weird. That's another native instrument thing. It's not Glaze. I'm sorry. The next one.
That's fine. No, it's just I always find it hard to find cool chord progressions for those vocals. Like it's hard.
I agree.
Like because the harmonies kind of restrict you to what was there, but I don't know how you did it, but you did it.
He cracked the code.
I'm glad you like it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's incredible.
Flames.
That felt good. That really felt good. I was telling Chica, I'm like, yo, I think the old Q might be back. I might be doing nothing in the house for a while.
Q, I need a playlist, Q. I need a playlist, bro.
Yeah, man.
How Q got his groove back live.
Right. Something for the people style.
There you go.
All right. Shall I spin the wheel then? Huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay, here we go. We're spinning the wheel.
We almost on 2 hours tonight. Damn.
I know. We gotta wrap.
Man.
We gotta wrap. Okay. How do I do this? Okay, this is how I do it. Here we go. Apologies for the delay. I'm gonna hit this.
Boom, boom, boom. Flipping the coin. Sponsored by Nitro Cold Brew.
Whoa.
Because it's next.
I'm gonna try. I know it never works. I'm gonna try to share, and if it doesn't work, just play the.
Okay. I got you. I got you ready right now. I can hit play right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Play. Okay, I'll try it. Let me try it.
We got to get Marcus. We got to get your system working.
I can make beats all day, but I can't share the.
I'm going to be quiet because my system is not agreeing with me.
Let me know. Do you see Logic? That's the first hurdle.
Yep, we see it.
I see it.
All right, I'm gonna hit play.
Mute up.
Did you hear? Did you hear audio?
Yep.
Everybody mute up.
Wow.
That's the vibe right there.
Oh, crazy.
Not enough. Play it more.
Fire. Come on, man. I just had a 5-minute track. You can't come in here with no 45 seconds.
Most of my beats are under most of my beats are under 2 minutes.
I need a master class, bro.
Trailer, you're in trailer mode still.
I'm in trailer mode. This one, okay, so slight flex. I actually started this at Sauce's house back in August.
Is this that one?
This is that one, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't usually have long tracks. I don't have too many instruments in there. So I'll end with the Glaze, but really the drum plugins I've been talking about all year since I got it. It's this one called Pulse from Da Loops. I use that on a lot of my beats now. And then the little covered symphony thing, Hortator, I use that. It's like just an added percussion thing. I can play with what's going on. This is the drum pattern.
Oh man.
Ooh, that's sick.
And then I threw Cymatics, a free plugin, Cymatics Diablo Lite, just adding a little bit of punch and clip. This is a free plugin you can get from Cymatics. Then added this Hortator, which is that covered symphony thing that I really just like adding under drums and beats and stuff. It actually starts with that.
That's dope. I need that. Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you only have like an octave of notes there, but I use it on like everything. It's almost like that Timbaland timpani sound, and I'm in Virginia, so Timbaland. Then I had a Cymatics loop. I thought I had Greenhouse on there, but don't tell Ken. It's actually it's Valhalla Space Modulator. So this is a Cymatics hi-hat loop playing this thing. So you get some of that like psychedelic stuff going
atmosphere.
on. Yeah. I'll end with the Glaze stuff. I have another melody I chopped up in Cymatics. I chopped it up in Logic using sampler, and then I convert it to audio so that I can pitch it down to some parts. So I'll play I'll play with it the original chop, then I'll play the pitch down.
This is Glaze.
No, that's Cymatics. This is a melody loop from Cymatics. And then I pitched it down. I pitched it down at some parts where you see that dark green.
Right.
So I just did that using select the region and just do transpose down.
And is that a full octave?
Yeah, full octave, -12.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's almost like chopping it in half or
Yeah, you can use halftime.
Yeah.
I have halftime. You can use that too, but sometimes I just select it and do
It's
the
the same
shortcut.
thing. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
And then the 808, I'm actually using UVI Falcon. This was like my main 808 up until Logic had their update where they added like a bunch of 808s in Alchemy.
Yeah.
But this was my main 808 all year, just this one 808. And I processed my 808s differently depending on the song using either a Cymatics Diablo Lite, which I showed earlier, or Trap Drive, where you can have different types of saturation and you can adjust the amount and you can sort of turn the volume down with this output knob. Or adjust the input or output, but these two knobs are the key here. So this is what the 808's doing. If I crank it up, so really, really distorted, really nasty. Almost, it almost shouldn't work, but I'm letting it work. And then finally the piece de resistance. If you look to the left here, you'll see some of the trailer stuff I've been using. If you look out the window to your left, but Native Instruments Glaze, of course, been using it. I just used I think I used a Sonor riff in D sharp minor, but the song is actually, is it? I can't see the notes up there. What keys does it say my song is in? I don't know if it says.
Blocked out. It's blocked out for me.
Locked out from the thing, yeah. But let's say it might be in D sharp minor. I might have tuned it to whatever key the beat's in. But I just found a riff and just roll with that with these settings here. Sauce had his name in there. I don't think that's an accident.
Sauce knob. It's a sauce knob.
Sauce knob.
It's like a big crusher. What is going on with that sauce?
How could you not make a sauce knob for yourself? What the hell?
It's like a big.
It's right there. Yeah,
it's gotta be in the contract.
One thing that I thought was missing. If you're familiar with the Play series, they always have this randomize button. One thing I thought was missing from this plugin was a randomize button, but it's in there because I like to just choose that and choose different settings. It's just really fake. So there's a die whatever it is right here next to the volume. You click that and it chooses random settings, and you can. You can like click
I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I always look for the randomize button in plugins because it's just a great way to just dial in something that no one else will probably come up with.
And instant inspiration because it's like, all right, I'm gonna use this.
I didn't use that on this one, but I just wanted to put that out there. So
I got a quick question. I got a quick question for Sheet Up on the thing. Native Instruments just came out with 25, right?
Yep.
They got in your sounds in there?
I actually did like 25 presets on there.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about that.
Nice.
I don't know if I got it. I think I got it somewhere in there. I gotta find it.
Dang, look at this guy's folder. What?
Don't see that. There it is. This is the reason we're here. But yeah, I used this riff this riff from Sonorelle, who I probably used all of her vocals. I've used a bunch of Kip's, a couple of Candace, and same with Beast. I've actually used a lot of their riffs and stuff. I haven't actually dived into the pad stuff yet, so Cheeky, I'm glad to see you using the pads. I think I'm gonna have to use the pads for the.
I was just using the Oz.
The Oz, yeah.
Yeah, like the
the
oohs and
yeah. I haven't used any of the. I've used the riffs. I've only used the riffs so far.
Okay.
I just go in there and go into. I haven't used the oohs or ahs. I usually just go in, find a riff, find the key that I'm in, and play around till I come up with something. So this one only had the one riff, with all those effects and that sauce in there.
What's doing the LFO thing?
I think that's your rotary. I think that's this right here.
Oh, it's like that already. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, I didn't put that in there. Or it might be sauce because I turned the rotary down and it's still playing. Let me see. Yeah, it might be in the sauce.
It's probably an LFO I put on the preset probably.
Yeah. But there's so many, there's so many effects and stuff in there that I didn't have to put in any other effects on here because it's all built in. So I really like when plugins have built-in effects, and I try to just dive in on those and save on some processing. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it.
Fire, bro.
Power. Nice.
Fire. Fingers. All right, we got.
And I'm actually happy that I figured out how to share the audio on the Zoom.
Yeah, man. That's big.
What were you gonna say, Sauce? I didn't want to.
Oh, how can I paste a link for the Lindrum thing?
There is a chat. right here in Zoom, it'll say chat, and you could just put in the link in that. It should be at the bottom.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yep.
I'm gonna download that tonight.
You know. And then we're gonna go with Grim. Grim, you're last. Let's hear it.
Let's
go.
CPU, don't fail me now.
So let me
shout out to Ableton, our future sponsor. They don't even know it yet.
Yes, they don't know it yet.
Shout out to Contact, the current sponsor. They don't even know it yet.
That's right. All right.
Report a crash.
Oh man. You guys hear that?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so I couldn't make it pump the way I usually have it, because run into some difficulties. But I took, actually, let me go down to this track. I think it's this one. Show you what I did with the sample.
The vocals were muted right now.
The vocals?
I didn't hear the acapella.
I think they were pitched really, really high.
Oh, is that what that was? Oh, because that's right.
Yeah.
You did, I forgot. You. Okay, never mind. Don't listen.
Yeah, I printed it.
Print
I had to print. So what I did was hold on, let me play it.
And you did tell me this last time.
Chopped it up.
I won't waste your time.
Guitar rig is one of the reasons. Ooh, that's loud.
Waste your time. Guarantee. I won't waste your time.
So I'll show you what I did with guitar rig to add that gate on there, which I'm just starting to play with this plugin, which is pretty decent. So it's like a sequencer in there. I added it in. What it does is adds like a gate effect to it, and you can control that on how you could take out in between for different effects. If you want to play around. I like to play around a little bit.
Oh wow, I see.
It's a step sequence, you know what I'm saying? So you can take it out in spots.
It's
And
like Fruity Loops meets Reason.
yeah, pretty much. And I added this to it, which is like here we go. It's like a vocal. It's good for vocals, to bring out the vocals a little bit. It has a pre-EQ on it. So, I slapped it on. It's something new I'm just playing with right now to just learn new plugins and stuff like that. But you gotta mind me moving a little slow right now, as you see.
That's dope. I gotta dive into the guitar rig some more for random effects like that.
Yeah, I like playing with random. I don't like just designated just for guitars and stuff. I want to see what you can do with different sounds.
Yeah, that's dope.
I used drum rack as usual, you guys, you know. I love drum rack with a little effect on there. DS10 drums, which gives a pop to my snares and kicks. Brings it out, makes it a little bit more dense. I don't know if you guys ever heard of DS10 drums, but super official. Makes everything pop. And what else we got? I use Studio.
Right there.
I use Studio.
For these sounds right here.
Yeah, I use Studio for this. Also do guitar rig on it, you know, just I'll show you what I did with it.
This sounds dope.
Same thing, but I, put it to 32 on the tempo. So it runs through it faster, so it comes out quick. You can barely hear it come out, but I think that with a little reverb or something, brings out a different texture to the sample.
Yeah, it's like almost like it's like digitizing. Yeah, 30-second notes. It's like
pretty much. So something I like to always experiment. Always try to experiment with new things, and also with this sound, I'll play this one too. This is actually a layered sound I use guitar rig for as well.
There we go.
Matter of fact, is this the track? I think this is it. If it comes up. I got some more stuff on this little Mac Mini. I think it's like, enough. So this is the plugin I use on here, Guitar Rig, for that sequence that you hear. And basically same sound in studio as I played before, but I layered it and just add that effect to it. And the kick, I used additive drums. And what I did was I took the drum sound, recorded it, and just put it on drum rack so I could have a better depth of control of the transpose and how I wanted to hit, I didn't want it to sound too live. I want it to sound like a sample kick. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. Try not to add too many sounds, flood it out and nothing. Just keep it simple. Let the vocals stand out a little bit. But any questions?
Heat Smith.
What studio?
Studio is like, it's almost like Contact. It's
damn. You see, Grim? Everybody, Grim is notorious for tripping us up on this. Everybody asks, what is your secret weapon? What is that studio you're using?
So this is like, it's
it's subscription based, right?
Yeah,
it's like
subscription based. You know what I'm saying? Sounds, or I think you can buy the whole package, but I went subscription based, and what it does is a lot of producers, they might have sounds they put on here and stuff like that, and they upgrade. I want to say every month or every few months, different sound packs, and you can also layer sounds and create like your own unique sound on here.
Is that Beats by the Pound, like NOLA Beats by the Pound? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Winning? Oh shit.
So it's a couple of things in here. Like they got, some of the old sounds, the horns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Never heard of this.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that atmosphere. I'm looking at the atmosphere of voices like, okay.
Look, this is
I gotta switch my glasses. Hold on.
Yeah. Grim gets everybody with this, man. I'm telling you.
It's decent. Wow. It's decent. Like chop sounds, and you can play with
Sauce. It. You got to get in there. Get your
Studio by Studio Linked. Is that what that says? Studio Linked.
Studio Link.
Yeah, okay. Studio Link. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember them back in my crack days.
Yeah.
Oh man, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that.
Hey, no judgments to those out there that might.
I'm about to say, for those that don't know, he's not talking about crack. He's talking about illegally acquired plugins.
Yes.
But what we now support plugin Chris, and plug in.
Now we only, pretty much. So it's
there's a
cool,
lot
man.
of stuff out there that we
Oh, that's dope. Okay, I gotta go back and support them.
Studio Link. I didn't know they were still out there. Man.
Yeah.
Once I clear some more space up, I'm gonna grab Glaze because Glaze is fire.
Yeah.
And I was trying to stay away because I know the limits. I had a couple plugins I had to get rid of because they was just jamming me up. So I'm definitely creating space for that plugin. Definitely.
If you I don't know if they have any deals, but if you want to wait, I would say for any plugins that you're looking to buy, just wait until Black Friday. Usually around Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, that's when a lot of companies do sales or giveaways.
Okay.
But it is only $50 though, so
no, not.
But also,
Marcus, I was gonna say what's on your wish list, just in case anyone's watching and wants to get your Christmas gift.
Oh man.
Before you say it, my birthday is on Christmas.
Okay.
So feeling Christmassy.
There you go. There you go.
Mine is on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Happy birthday to you both. We got coming up.
Man.
I would say, let me say one thing. When you get Glaze, the way I got it is if you purchase like a previous Native Instrument plugin, sometimes they give you a redeem like $25. So I actually got it half off. So check your emails, check your Native Instrument or contact account or whatever. See if you have any coupons. I had a coupon from like 3 years ago, and it still works. So they're really good with just honoring that. Wait for the holidays. For me, I would say I usually see what Spitfire Audio. They're not Contact, they're not Native Instruments, but Spitfire Audio usually does a deal that's called the Ton Deal. And they basically choose 3 of their libraries that you can get for $100, and they put them in a package. And every year I look forward to that. They usually release that on, they call it the Black Weekend. They usually do a bunch of sales Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving. They're based in Europe, so they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but they do the sales on the Black Weekend. And then they also have items you can put on your wish list. And then around Christmas time, they might go and they might either gift it to you for free, or they might give you heavy discounts on whatever's on your wish list. So that's just one of them. There's so many deals and stuff.
Yeah.
Look out.
I appreciate it.
Getting into, I think Contact has something for cinematic music. So I'm getting into that lane. So I'm definitely trying to find a lot of those plugins and sounds. But yeah, so I would say those would be some of the main sounds I'm looking for right now.
Fingers had me fry my memory up, bro.
Well, yo, Grim, this is sick. This is sick.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm on.
We went way longer than we thought we would.
Yeah, man, we need to Dave Chappelle wrap it up box about
that. The game went off, Sauce. You might have seen the score though. I'm not gonna spoil it.
I had the little thing came up and said the 49ers found their identity. I guess.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say it's almost as good as the Cowboys won yesterday.
Oh man, we know how y'all feel about the Cowboys and the DMV.
What is
almost?
Wait, what is your affiliation, Marcus?
We like the I'm a Cowboys fan. So
why? See, because that is the whole thing.
What are you gonna go for? Baltimore?
No, see, like, we got Skins. Baltimore fans in it. They're not called the Skins. We got Baltimore fans around here.
Supposed to be a Redskins
WFT.
Nah,
it's supposed to be WFT.
I'll tell you. This might not be the reason. My wife's a Cowboys fan. I just like watching sports for sports. I actually like making beats while watching sports. I try to make a beat each quarter or make a beat each half.
About that.
And doing the sync stuff, the high energy sync stuff is great when you're watching sports.
Oh, that's true.
But
that's right.
What has happened is a lot of people in the DC area are Cowboys fan, and a lot of it is from their parents and grandparents and great grandparents. And one reason I was told this was because the Redskins, when they were called the Redskins, was the last team in the NFL to integrate African Americans in their team. So a lot of people in the area went to their arch rival and supported their arch rival, which was the Cowboys. I don't know if that's why. My wife's a fan because her dad was a fan, and passed down.
And I heard the Cowboys were the first to integrate though.
Nah, I didn't hear that. Like if that's true.
But maybe I'm hearing the opposite or whatever.
If that's true. That's crazy.
But that is definitely a DMV thing. Is seeing all the Cowboys fans around here. You know what I mean? Like I see so many Cowboys. It's like crazy.
Man, that's something that boggled me when I was out there for my 11-year stint, man, was like, why, man? Like, they be coming to blows. Like, man, don't you come over here with that Dallas jersey, man? I'm like, oh my God, dude.
It's crazy. Sorry, my camera's off, but it's crazy because I'm in Jersey now, and Jersey is heavy New York Jets because the jerseys, because the Jets play
in Jersey. Yeah. I lived in North Bergen. You can see the stadium.
The Giants played there too.
Yeah,
you know.
And we smacked them yesterday. And I saw a lot of dudes with Jets jerseys on yesterday, just looking down. And I wanted to rock my Bills jacket.
You ain't crazy.
But I was like,
a lot of people were wearing. Even non-Cowboys fans were wearing Cowboys gear today because I think they had the biggest punishment. They had the biggest punishment so far in the NFL.
Oh my God!
Cowboys make all the money. Everybody's a Cowboy fan.
Well, all right.
Wow.
Sauce.
You see how it goes. You see how our conversation just deviated.
Sorry about that.
If we're not talking about football,
I do the same thing.
We have to first. We just want to thank you so much for joining us and spending time with us.
Thank you, sir.
And Dafinga shared with me that he spent some time with you. He said he learned so much from you, and just that first part of this conversation today was amazing too. Just kind of hearing and all that craziness. It's like that's like a movie for sure. So definitely we always want to share that this is an open door community here at 3 Beats Later. We welcome you back whenever you want to just come and chat and stuff like that. If you're just thinking like, oh wait, this would be kind of fun to bring to those guys that at one time, definitely think of us. Whatever. We'll mix anything. We'll throw whatever on whatever. We'll give you 5 different points of view on something.
Definitely got a little folder of little random samples that.
Oh yeah.
Throw us samples. We'd like to chop and cut and do all that.
Be dope to play that I can't think about doing anymore.
Right.
Or just ain't able to make it tight.
There you go.
Send them through.
But yeah, so thanks a lot. And with that, anyone have any last comments?
Click like, subscribe, leave a comment.
That's right.
Let everybody know if you enjoyed the show, all this comedy and all of this good vibes we giving y'all, man. I need y'all to click like and subscribe. That's it.
Absolutely. And
follow Sauce.
Yes.
Shout out your social media.
Yes.
What's the YouTube channel?
It's 3. Oh wait, where's my head? 3 beats later. I'll bring it out like this right here.
On a Monday night.
3 beats later. Where'd the name come from?
We used to do these little sessions like before, or actually probably right when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
It was me, P, and E, who's not here today because he's sick. And we used to just kind of get up every week, and before we even go on live or anything, we would just kind of get together, and like we would play. We were supposed to just play one beat. We're giving ourselves a challenge, and we're only playing one beat, and we would get up and throwing beats and beats and beats and beats and beats, and it was just kind of a joke. I think E was just like talking about how many beats P played, and we're like, all right, 3 beats later, here we go.
It was also like a SpongeBob. It was also a SpongeBob reference.
And a little bit of SpongeBob because SpongeBob has that
3
segue.
weeks later.
Yeah, where it's like 9 hours later, and then it was just a joke on how when we get started, we don't stop because we love music and we love continuing to play what we created. So
okay.
That's hilarious.
I was like 3 beats later.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And now there's 6 of us, and it's just like whenever there's a show, there's too many beats, so it's kind of funny.
Right.
6 beats later. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But all right, y'all. Everybody have a great week. Sending good vibes, peace and love, and all that stuff.
Everybody. Peace, everybody. Hey, E, we'll see you next week. E, get better.
Well,
E,
miss you,
better.
brother.
Ciao.